everyone, it's Lisa. I'm going to show you an eye look that I came up with recently, so let's get started. So you can obviously see I already have this eye done. Now I'm going to show you on this eye from scratch, and the way that I did this, I actually built from the bottom up. So the first thing that I did is worked on my eyeliner. Now I used a colored eyeliner. I love using colored eyeliners to do like fun looks. I love like jewel tone colors, emeralds and sapphires and stuff like that. This particular one is kind of like an orangey copper, and it is from Pixie. It is called Matte Sienna, and it looks quite orange on camera, but it has a little bit of a copper element to it. It's so pretty. So the first thing that I do, I actually tightline with this, and I do my little upturn trick on the corner, so it kind of looks like a very soft wing, so it doesn't look too harsh. So did this on this side. So now let me see if I can do this to where you can see what I'm doing here in the mirror. And this particular formula is very like a soft pencil, so it draws on really easily. Let me see if I could kind of tilt it this way so you can see what I'm doing. And I don't go all the way down into the inner corner. And just kind of lightly go around so you get like this very subtle like copper peekaboo. Now, once that is there, then I do that little upturn. So I go underneath, like on the waterline, but the corner of my eye at the last lash, and I just kind of up flick a little bit of an upturn. And then that is my map to go on top of the eyelid, very thin. So once I have this here, close my eye, of course, and then I'll start to kind of stamp very lightly, because again, this is a very soft pencil, so it just glides right on, which is what I love. And I usually go up until my lash line ends here on the inner corner. I don't go all the way in. Okay, so now I have that roughly stamped on, and I'm going to smooth it with a little bit of a darker cream shadow. So I love the cream shadows from Seint, really pretty colors. I only have two so far. So I have Sapphire and I have Arabian Night. For this look, I went with Arabian Night because I wanted to kind of bronze this up a little bit, but I didn't want like the super orange to show through. I just wanted a little bit of that to be the base. So I used the thin side of my multitasker brush, and I just tapped into the cream very lightly because it's actually pretty pigmented, which is very nice. One of the reasons why I like it, and it glides out really easy as well. And I am going to go over top just a little bit, but the orange is still going to stay as the base. Now, as you can see, this is starting to smoke out now, but I am going to put a tiny bit of orange back in, very lightly though. So it's almost like a little sandwich, but I just want a little bit of this color. Just like that, mostly like on the outer corner. So it kind of looks like a ribbon. I hit a little bit of mascara on already. All right, so now I am going to go into the shadows. So what I did for this, I started with Snowbird, which is this one right here. So bronzy shimmery colors, and I'm putting them on the mobile lid right on top. So like I said, I'm building from the bottom up, and then I'm going to do the crease last. And one of the things that I love about experimenting with eyeshadows is putting together colors that you normally wouldn't think would go together, warms and cools perhaps, or you know, different textures. And sometimes you come out with something very surprising at the end, you know, so that's actually like my favorite thing. So this might seem a little weird to some people, but I really liked the finish and how this came out. So I'm going to Snowbird, and I just went on the very outer corner above that eyeliner. So I'm not like right on it, but it's still going to smooth it a bit because I'm kind of marrying the line, but I'm not smoothing the line. I already did that with the multitasker brush and the cream eyeshadow. So now I am just feathering this only on the outer third and not necessarily winging it out because I already did that with the cream eyeshadow down here. If you wanted to, you could kind of stamp maybe if you wanted to set, but I don't want to disturb the color. Now, next thing, to go into the next color, I am going to go into Stardust, and that is a bronzy color, but it has like a little bit of a green shift to it, and I love those colors. You know, it's kind of like almost kind of like a deep like a muted forest green, but it's got like a little bit of a shimmer. So that I put right in the center on the mobile lid. I also have like a little color switch thing. I love to use these. We also have the Seint cleaning tile that's a little bit smaller. I love using that for my demi colors, but it fits into your palette and you would have everything right there, but you can use one of those as well. They're readily available like on Amazon as well. They have one called the Verona color switch, and that one, I think this one I got from Ulta actually. All right, so now I'm going to go into something a little bit brighter, and this here is Riviera. So this is like a little bit more of a golden, kind of a champagne pop, and I'm going to put that kind of more in my inner corner. This one here is hot chocolate, and I'm not going to use that one today, but this is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time from Seint. It's so beautiful. But for this particular look, I am just going to go into this Riviera now and go more toward the inner corner, but it is going to be on my mobile lid, of course, here. And now just kind of brighten it up a little bit. And the tones are a little different, but it's still kind of that bronzy look, but I feel like there's a little bit more of a shift, so you can see like the independent colors depending on how you turn your head. Now for the crease, I am going to go to the fluffy side of my eyeshadow brush, and I am going to go into Bubba, which is a really beautiful kind of medium tone brown, a little bit of warmth to it, and it's a great crease color. So do a couple of taps in there, and I'm going to go a little bit above the crease, but not too much. I'm going in the crease and a little bit above, because I am going to put something a little lighter orange right at the top here. So it kind of gives a little bit more of a color interest, a little bit more of warmth like I have here up on top. Bubba is already pretty warm, but so I'm just going to softly go here. And of course, everybody's eye shape is different. I obviously have like a lot of real estate above, even though I have like a hood now that I'm getting older. But for the most part though, I do have a lot of room. So you tailor this to whatever your eye shape is. And you could even, you know, put your colors like a little closer together and strategically place them so you could get the same effect. And then the very last thing that I do is I'm going to go into Tangerine right here. You can see that's a little bit more orange. And lightly tap the very end of the brush, and then I'm going to go above, almost up under the brow. And then this is going to give me like a little bit of that brighter orange pop up here. It's almost like a little peekaboo. I love doing that. And it kind of gives a little bit more warmth, but you can see that there's a difference between what I have in my crease and above. And then right under the eye, on the eyelid here with the small bullet end, I'm going to go back into Bubba. And because that one's a little bit softer. You could go Tangerine too if you wanted more of an orange, you know, something like really punch up the color. But I love using this on my lower lash line. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of shimmer on my lower lash line. But for this, I just kept it matte. And that's it. And just connect it with the top. And that is it. So this is a color, this is a color scheme that I came up with recently that I really, really liked. And I'm usually a sucker for warm eyeshadow looks, but you know, like that Snowbird, it's kind of like, I wouldn't necessarily call it warm. There's almost like a taupe effect into it. And then the Stardust also kind of taupey, but leaning a little bit more green. And I paired it with this warmth, which I really loved. And then of course, with this matte sienna is like all warmth. And I just love the way everything tied together. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. And let me know if you try it out in the comments. Let me know if you like to mix your colors and different eyeshadow looks that you like to come up with. And of course, all of my links are down below. You will find my link tree. So everything is there. Shopping for Seint makeup, my direct link to my website, and color match form is there as well in order to submit your makeup free selfie so I could see your undertones so we could match you to your custom colors. And you could also text me. So you'll see that I have a text service number there, and that is a really quick way to get in touch with me. If you have any questions, shoot me a text. There's also an email link so you could email me as well. So thank you again for joining me. As always, have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will see you again next time.